is Majinoni. We got some reviews: Nameless, Avengers, Vortexes, Bats, Futures, and it's ending. All right, Nameless number one. This is a Grant Morrison book, and this is actually kind of interesting. Basically, what you have is this thief, and he's trying to steal this. I'm high level overview here. He's trying to steal this key, and he's entering dream worlds, and it's really important that like he loses his name because then the powers that be don't have control over him. He's being chased by these humanoid people with fish heads, and he's kind of scared at times. But anyways, he was basically hired to get this key because basically what's going to happen is they're going to be in an extinction event coming, and these guys, they basically need his ability to assist with that, and this is basically a test. And overall, I thought the art was really good. I thought the story was interesting, and I could say this is probably not going to be for everybody, but I can say that this is going to be one of those types of books that it's going to be I'm hoping that this will be all right. Let me rephrase it. I am hoping that this book is going to suck so badly that I won't need to buy any more books or the trades because I have too many damn books. But that being said, I'm definitely going to buy the second issue just to see where things are going to go. And it definitely intrigued me at the very least. And I'm really looking forward to seeing where this is going to happen, where it's going to go. Because there's definitely this is definitely like one of those weird ones. They're not really explaining everything up front, which is great. And I just want to see where this thing goes, especially with the extinction event. Okay, new Avengers. 3 months, time runs out. Alright, there are two main things going on here. One is the Shi'ar basically gets the other races together and say, okay, Earth must be destroyed. That's part one. Part two is we're dealing with the Ultimate Universe, and with the Reed Richards with the incursions, and you're also dealing with what happened to Thanos, Namor, and those guys. And it's a little bit of spoilage, but it's important. Those guys end up in the Ultimate Universe, and they're setting it up where it's the Ultimate Reed versus those guys. And versus doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to fight. It's just that they meet at the end. And it's just not going to be, hey, how's it going? Why don't you come to the Baxter building and we'll have some coffee? But overall, I thought this was a really good read in the sense that we're off of the normal Avenger teams and we're seeing what else is going on. And this really captured my interest, especially knowing that Namor's alive and he's a bit pissed and he's keeping some secrets. So he has to, of course, keep secrets because if they find out that he was trying to escape and trap them there, then he's going to get killed. So he's basically going, well, I noticed there's something odd over there, and I went to fly over there to check it out, and this happened, and there was the world started to explode due to the antimatter bombs. But Hickman did a really good job, solid job here, and I'm really wanting to see how these worlds are going to collide. Now, even though I thought he did a solid job, I don't think it's a book of the week by far. Okay, Black Vortex. I was really giving this thing 0 credits whatsoever, but I was actually really entertained by it. Okay, before we go into the story, I will say this. I thought the art was good. It was really like animated style in a sense versus a little bit more serious, which was good. And they had some really good dialogue, especially between the Guardians of the Galaxy, like when they're playing their Dungeons and Dragons clone game, and how Rocket Raccoon just really doesn't understand the concept of being the game master. But the key part to the story now is there's like this, for lack of a better term, like a special mirror that the Celestial left behind. And if you basically go to the mirror and touch it, you basically evolve to like a much higher being. And these guys here, the Slaughter Lords, all of those have been basically turned into like basically they've evolved. I'll word it that way. And as you can see, like this guy here, this is the way he started, and this is the way he's ending up. Now, there's also, if you look into it, you can kind of see yourself in that higher form, and then we get to see Storm, and she's looking really good in her new like special form. So what they're doing is the Guardians of the Galaxy and the X-Men are trying to keep the Black Vortex away from the bad guys. And at the very end, Namora, she Gamora, she gets evolved, and she's looking pretty badass. And I'm kind of curious to see who else is going to get evolved along the way. But I enjoyed it. I thought that I was going to just hate it. But I have this feeling that because the Marvel Universe is ending, they're just throwing this out here. They're going, okay, do whatever you want. You want to evolve some people to higher forms, go ahead and do it. And we'll see what happens. Because we're going to reset everything when it's all done. But this was actually, I enjoyed it. It's not what I would call like a stellar book. I think you're going to definitely get some people going, ugh, do we need another crossover series? And I'm with you 100% on that. But at least, I had fun reading it. Okay, this can be pretty much summed up as Batman gets closer to the person who is causing all of his problems, but at the same time is getting pulled farther away. These two books are, excuse the language, pieces of shit. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Somebody has naked pictures of editors, and they're submitting stories for easy approval, because this stuff is just utter crap. Okay, let's look at this Future's End first. Okay, Brainiac is coming. We know he's coming. Because they're saying that he's coming. You have the Justice League. They've captured Dr. Polaris. And Brainiac is raining terror down on New York. You have Shazam Man, and he's like, well, I need to go down to New York. And they're like, no, Shazam, even though you are probably the most powerful Justice League member, we need you up in the tower because Dr. Polaris is a greater threat. A greater threat than Brainiac, who is raining death down on New York. I'm like, who writes this crap? You could have left two heroes and Firestorm behind. And Shazam Man could have done more good. Then you have Batman. Like, this is the part I was really liking is, okay, when have you ever seen Batman walking through the park during the day? You know what I mean? People are in the park, and he's just walking through the park as lasers are coming down. When does he go out there during the day? He doesn't. Riddle me that, Batman. Oh, my God. Okay. In this World's End, they finally get the clue that they need to take the fight to Apocalypse. After they go through all the parademons, who apparently were supposed to be super badass, but yet are easily taken down by a few heroes. Now, don't get me wrong. You got Minority Superman and Power Girl and Red Tornado Lois. So that's really powerful. I mean, seriously. But it's just kind of like, for me, it's like you have these creatures, the Paradigm, or whatever they're called, and they're supposed to be a little bit strong. And, it's terrifying. We don't even see the fight. We just see them piled on top of each other. And none of them broke a sweat. And it just makes me wonder, it's like, why did you waste your time? This is like, really? Last issue was supposed to get us excited because something dangerous was coming? Really? And then at the very end here, they're dealing with the Furies. They're still dealing with the Furies. All I see is people standing around, and that's all that's really been happening. People have been standing around with maybe a little bit of damage here and there. There's been no serious fighting. I'm like, are you kidding me? And then the more dangerous creatures, you have lesser heroes fighting. It's like maybe they should take Superman, Power Girl, and Lois Red Tornado to fight these guys. Because these guys are apparently too OP for the demon creatures, and these guys are too weak to do anything. And I'm just like, and again, it's the same shit every single time. Okay, there's things exploding, superheroes going to save the day, more things exploding, more chaos, more trouble, and I'm just like, come on, when are you gonna do something other than just keep showing us the same shit all the time? And it's like, part of me boggles my mind why I keep buying this shit, because it's like, that's what it is. This isn't even trade worthy. This is just like, let's just take your money because we're just trying to. That's all we're trying to do. We're not putting forth efforts. We're not really trying to make it interesting. We're not making it good. All these people should be embarrassed working on this thing. I would not want my name on this book if I was behind any page. That's how bad this shit is. Same thing with Future's End. Both of these books are... Let's put this way. If Marvel was putting these two books out, there'd be a lynching. That's the difference here. DC people are sheep, and they just accept this crap. Marvel people would be up in arms saying how they're being robbed, and DC people would be like, well, see, you don't see that happening at DC. I'm like... And I was really excited because this cover looked badass. Anyways. Same thing with the Future's End cover. That looked badass too. Anyways. Those are the comic reviews for today. Like, share. Let me know what you guys bought. Let me know what you guys enjoyed. What you didn't like. I'll have some more reviews later. So until next time.